Hey guys, so I want to do a quick little comparison here between these beasts in the Android space. We do have the Mate 10 Pro and the Note 8 here, Exynos version. So cutting edge hardware on both of them. You do get some pros and cons obviously with the handsets, but I wanted to see how the speed and camera did compare here to see if Huawei's latest phone does stack up with the arguably most beastly Samsung phone ever produced. Right from the offset, there are some advantages here with the Mate 10 Pro that you need to take in mind. You're getting it for at least €200 cheaper where I am. You can even get cashback now, which makes it even cheaper. You're also getting a massive battery, 4000 mAh, which I think is much bigger than the Note's. The Note does strike back though with a slightly better screen, I have noticed, in terms of the colour accuracy and viewing angles. The screen on the Mate 10 Pro is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I think Samsung does save the best AMOLED for itself. You're also getting your Note integration, which would be nice to see something like that on the Mate series maybe. So other than those things, let's have a look at the performance day to day. Just going to open up some apps. Everything is closed down, as you can see. This is a Kirin 970 versus Exynos 8895. So very high end, but maybe we're reaching a point where you can't see too much difference. I did see the Mate there, a little bit snappier on those ones, but very identical. You'd need a slow motion camera to see any difference there. So camera, Mate is very good, as you can see, to get into the camera and the watch area, clock area. Let's have a look at the games here. I definitely think Samsung needs to. That was, I think, Samsung then. I think Samsung needs to make the Note series more of a power user's phone again. Because to me, it's very similar to the S series nowadays. But very good load here on the right for the game. I'm going to give that to Samsung. And this one. Again, Samsung coming with nice speeds for the game. So you can see Mate 10 Pro does struggle a little bit here when it comes to the game load speed. A little bit sluggish if you ask me. But then again, we did see on the benchmark the Exynos is unbeatable in Android land still. And last one. So that was a little bit closer, I think. Or was it? No, it wasn't. Note 8, you see. It did dominate there, I gotta admit. Let's just try the Play Store. See, it's strange because these smaller apps seem to go on the Mate 10 Pro a little bit faster. So I'm going to give the basic apps to the Mate 10 Pro, but the games to the Note. So draw game there. We're going to have a look at the Wi-Fi as well. I have managed to get the Wi-Fi to a local server with some handy advice. To turn on the GPS. Let me just double check that it is. So once again, hang on, let me just turn it on. For some reason the GPS seems to turn itself off, so let's just turn it back on again. Hopefully we can, there we go, as you can see. And we're just going to fire this off. Just check this one. Yeah, this one's on the correct one as well. So quite similar to last time here, not even much better really. Decent, but not the best that I've seen. And the Note 8's not taking any prisoners today. You see, I knew it could do better. It's having its good day. We will give the Mate 10 Pro a chance to recover here. Oh, it's gone for it. Wow. I wasn't expecting that actually. That is fantastic. So you can see once it gets into its groove, it's not messing around. Should we give the Note 8 another chance? Let's go for it. Ooh, it's going to go for it. It's going to go for it. No, can't quite meet it. So Mate 10 Pro is a winner when it comes to your Wi-Fi. Very hotly contested, gotta say. Had me on the edge of my seat. So let's just check the multitasking, then move on to the camera performance. So we can just going to go back to the first one here. Don't expect there to be too much difference because they both have 6 gigs of RAM. And you can see very nice and smooth so far on both of them. No reloads, no lags. Just what we want from a high-end phone. So we'll do 2 more basic ones and then move on to the games, because I don't think there's any difference really here. This one, yeah, about the camera as well, forgot about that. Just see how fast we go back into that. Go! Very nice and snappy. Let's just go to some games here. We did open up a few. So this one, straight back in there. Mate was a little bit faster, which is ironic because the Note 8 actually won when it came to the games. WWE, something like that. There we go. This one. Again, no difference. Excellent memory performance here. Obviously the Note is running Nugget, so maybe it'll get even better when Samsung finally updates it. We are on Oreo with the Mate phone, but so far, you know, I can't see any difference here. Very good on both of them. One more. So what was it again? This one. Excellent performance, gotta say. Not a difference at all. In terms of the camera, that is another interesting aspect because obviously we're getting leaker technology here on the Mate 10 Pro, which Huawei does make quite a big deal of. So we're going to just get up some camera images here. Let me just get them ready here to see what we do have. So first we can start off looking at the low light performance here, which is obviously quite a big deal on Samsung phones. Usually it's very good, and I gotta say, you know, same thing here with the Note 8. absolutely fantastic low light performance. Is it any better than the Mate 10 Pro? You know, it's hard to say really. You probably have to get a professional in to see the difference really. I personally didn't see too much of a difference between the two. You know, looking at the low light performance, which is fantastic given the price difference. On the Mate 10 Pro you do get a lot of different modes you can even do to make it even better. There's a dedicated night mode, which in my opinion would be good, but it takes so long to actually use that it's not very good to use really. I'd rather just use the main auto shooter. In terms of good light, you know, it's not too different again, very comparable, you know, good close-ups, etc. Nicely defined. I'd say the only real difference I saw when doing the shooting was sometimes the focus was a little bit slower on the Mate 10 Pro. That's one area where Samsung is very reliable because of its technology. I think they both use pretty much the same technology nowadays, like I think it's phase detection autofocus or dual pixel autofocus, one of the two. But I did notice now and again the Mate 10 Pro did miss the shot in lower light. It was very rare, you know, it's not something which happens very regularly, but it's something to be aware of here. Like for example, the one in the cinema you can see is slightly out of focus on the Mate 10 Pro. I think the video recording is very good on the Mate 10 Pro. Probably not quite on the level as the iPhone and Note 8 though, in terms of stability and particularly the zoom. I did find a little bit jerky compared to Samsung here. In fact, I did a separate video just showing that, so you can see the difference here. I mean, overall it's very good, don't get me wrong. It's just if you're looking at it from a flagship perspective, you can definitely see how smooth the Note 8 is when you're zooming in, so that's something to consider if you do a lot of zooming. But overall, you know, I definitely rate the 10 as a flagship level camera here. There's going to be obviously some software updates to improve the experience even more, so do bear that in mind. Other things to consider here, obviously, Mate 10 Pro coming with a massive battery. I have found the battery life on the Note 8 to be very kind of disappointing. You've got a massive screen phone, they can't even put a 4000 battery in there. It's a little bit lame to me. You're also obviously getting your S Pen on the Note 8, which you know, something to consider here. Would be nice if, as I said, Huawei implemented something similar. Just you know, something to doodle with now and again, but I think Samsung's pretty much narrowed it down when it comes to that particular market. Also, I think you're getting face unlock obviously on the Note 8. I'm not sure if you get that on the Mate 10 Pro. You could do, which is a nice feature, but I don't like the way they put the fingerprint scanner near the sensor here. It's much better placed on the Huawei in terms of the fingerprint scanner, so not sure what the thinking was there. Also, some people don't like the curved display here on you know, Samsung phones, and Huawei's made it so that it's right to the border, but you've not got curve to worry about. Very expensive to fix, you know, if it breaks, so something else there to consider. But very worthy handset here from Huawei, you know, very competitive against the established giants here. Looking forward to see what they come out with the P11, which is on the horizon. So yeah, just a quick comparison here between the Mate 10 Pro and the Note 8. Definitely recommend it here if you're looking for something a bit more affordable, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.